Now we have Pearlie's boiler, oil boiler here, and we had leaking pressure relief valve. I just replaced it, and this is an example how a good setup, good plumbing job is done when it comes to the boilers. We have automatic water feed. We can cut the water off here and here if we have to replace it, and up there too. But most importantly, we have supply here that has shut off for the service. We also have same thing on the return. Now the most important here is how this old style tank, non-bladder type tank, is done. And this is not, you don't see this very often. Let me go over what's happening here. So number one, we have the drain valve here, and on the other side we have a special boiler fitting. It's a tank fitting. You open at the bottom, you allow air to get into the tank, so it will break the vacuum. Also, when you're draining the tank, you have to make sure that you shut off the water going to it, so you don't want to be filling up the boiler at the same time you're draining it, right? So this tank was almost full of water as far as what I could say, and pressure relief valve will leak when the boiler warm up. So now we are draining the tank, and this is the only way to do this. There is a special boiler, the tank valve, that it has that same air. It's a special valve. You open that thing and it will allow air to go to the tank, so it will break the vacuum and it will drain out. So far I drained 5 gallons, and it's more. I'm probably gonna drain it so that the tank will be filled up with air, and at that point when we fire up the boiler, it will add enough water to level that tank as needed. So I'll empty this bucket and then I'll go over the rest of the setup, how this is done. The other things we have here are the check valves. Each zone has a check valve. 1, 2 check valves. The other good thing we see is a purge valves, so you can purge each zone separately and easily, because you can shut this off, open the valve, and allow air to be purged out. On this one also has a tankless coil, and that coil has a mixing valve. You have to have this mixing valve. I've seen installations without mixing valve, without even having the manual valve. So best thing here I would say is you can close the return, you can close the supply, you can service everything you have to. The best thing, another good thing here is we having this tank fitting. This is the make and model that's allowing air to go into the tank. I think it extends about this tall, and then it just allows air to get into the tank and break the vacuum. This is another 5 gallon coming out. So I'm not gonna stretch this video, but this is the good setup. That's how I want to set up the boiler for future service, because we know it will require service a lot, right, over the time. So I'm not gonna stretch this video any more than that, but this is the good setup, and it's done by true plumber. So This is good setup. Thanks for watching.